Hey there. I wanted to make a separate video related to my series of custom faith builds to talk about a few mods that I think would be of interest to people who want to take custom religions to the next level. Links to all mods in the video description. The first is More Religious Doctrines Tenets Slots by Karax. This one increases the maximum number of major tenets for custom faiths from 3 to 20 and also gives you the power to reduce your tenets down to 0 if you prefer. This one is a must if you simply don't want to pick between 3 tenets and want to represent even more major beliefs within your faith. Second is More Religious Doctrines by Scarelios. This one affects the doctrines rather than the tenets like the previous mod, and adds a truly impressive array of new doctrines involving everything from the role of prayer within your faith to how many gods your followers believe there are. It even rebalances the existing doctrines related to marriage and concubinage, allowing you to customize having any combination of 1 to 4 spouses and 0 to 3 concubines. Each doctrine, of course, comes with its own gameplay and statistical benefits and/or drawbacks, making this mod great both for tweaking the flavor of your custom faith to your liking, and for making the game a little bit easier by min-maxing your faith to the needs of your realm. Next up, we have Religion Customizable Sins and Virtues, also by Karax. This one adds an entirely new section to the Doctrines menu that allows you to add sins and virtues to your custom faith for 100 piety apiece. Now, what you can't do with this system is outright remove the sins and virtues that exist within the parent faith you're splitting off from. However, you can swap them by taking gluttonous, for example, and making it a virtue, which removes it from the sin list. But you couldn't delete it from both lists and make it a neutral trait in your faith, for example. And if there's a trait like drunkard for the Muslim faiths that isn't in the menus for the mod, you're pretty much stuck with it. That's the only potential improvement to this mod I can think of. If that functionality is added in the future, it will truly unlock the sin and virtue system to full customization, as it should be, in my opinion. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a way to make this mod work with the More Religious Doctrines mod that I just described. I've experimented a bit with my mod order, but it seems that no matter how I set it up, the customizable sins and virtues will remove some of the extra doctrines added by the other mod, or the sins and virtues mod will simply be disabled and the new section doesn't appear. It's unfortunate, but hopefully in the future there will be compatibility between these two mods, because if they worked flawlessly together with each other and with the More Tenets mod, they would truly create the best custom faith UI we've had yet. And last but certainly not least, More Faith Icons by Chalk and Routel. As the name implies, this simply adds a lot more icons to represent your custom faith, solving the issue of the vanilla icons being, well, let's just say somewhat anemic for some people's tastes. Very, very cool and great for flavor. That's all the mods I had to talk about today, but I do want to take a minute of your time to talk about a couple of further considerations. Firstly, all of these mods will prevent you from unlocking achievements in-game due to how they alter game files, so keep that in mind if you're using them. Second, you'll need a couple of compatibility patches to make the mods work together. I'll include those in the link. If you have any questions about installation or mod order, please refer to the instructions on the mod pages themselves or to their creators. I'm not going to speak for them on how best to implement their mods into your game. And finally, if you're a viewer of the custom faith videos on my channel, for the purposes of those videos I will only be using the More Faith Icons mod. The reason for that being that when I'm considering the choices for the script, I don't want to make things confusing by talking about doctrines that are only added by mods, or discussing how you can add additional tenets beyond the 3 in vanilla, and consider how those affect the gameplay of the faith. In a nutshell, it would make the videos far more complicated to write and far more difficult to follow, so I'd prefer to keep things simple and only use the More Icons mod since it doesn't require any further explanation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.